Everyone, it's Marla Copal, and I just want to talk to you today about pulling together. And some of you may not even know what that means, so I'm going to talk about it. So, in my family, there's a lot of small business, entrepreneurial stuff that goes on, including myself. Or when I was younger, it was farming and ranching, and the family has to pull together. But it was never a concept I thought about until I looked at how my grandfather, the first marriage, he gave me a gift. You know how you always get a little bit of food to go away? And when I opened up that box, he'd only written on a napkin, pull together, Grandpa. It works. So what I got from my grandfather pulled together is there's oftentimes in a partnership in business or a family relationship that everybody's not going to be on the same track at the same time. Thank you for watching. But here's what goes on in small businesses, because I've been working with quite a few people, and it's usually one of the partners wants to do the business, but the other doesn't. So it doesn't matter what stage of your life you're in. I've seen people make investments in real estate, and the partner that works 5 days a week is going to the properties on the weekends to do repairs. Well, the other partner's been looking all weekend for this great experience with that partner, and they don't have it. They're still a 7-day at home alone person or whatever, but there's no relationship going on. So before those type of investment decisions have to be made, then there has to be a conversation, and that's the opportunity to pull together and to understand what both people need. Now, I have a lot of history in the pulling together, so I'll just tell you really quickly. I used to manage real estate investments for people, and many times I would get couples to come in, and the one was telling me that he bought the investment so that he could have a hobby, and then you could see her roll her eyes. And then I would say, well, how did you engage in this? And she says, well, he expected me to collect the rents, to find all the people, and to schedule all the people to clean the properties because he thought I had nothing to do. Well, there was an interesting observation. So I usually ended up saving marriages just by the conversations we had, the agreements we made, and how we managed their property. So I'm running into the same thing as an educator for people as small businesses, and I have a number of different programs that I offer. I've had people tell me, look, I want to do this thing, but my partner is not engaged with me on it. I say, okay. So that partner, as I have these conversations, is either worried about the money that it's going to cost, or they were expecting to spend more time and now they see them getting engaged in something else. So many times people are not in alignment with what the goal is. One knows the budget, the other doesn't. One thinks I need to work and the other one doesn't understand it. So for whatever decision is driving the choice to have a side gig, the partner has to be involved. If it's to negotiate time that you want to have to study. But I was talking to a couple the other day, they both have businesses, and they're realizing that the education I have could support both of them in their business. So in this case, there will be a pull together. But pull together is a vital conversation to have at any point. So if you think you want to be busy, you need to make money, and this has been your habit for 30 or 40 years to always make that decision that you're going to be the moneymaker, we got to look at the person who's been tying down the other end of your marriage deal, keeping the house going, keeping the kids raised, and they've got an expectation that sometime they get to spend time with you. And if they're not getting to spend that time with you, it doesn't work. Now, I was blessed. I got to not only have my grandfather who said pull together, but I had parents that I watched pull together. Now, I did learn later that if they had arguments, they did it in the bedroom and I never heard them. But the point is, I'll give you an example of how we pull together. So my dad was an on-the-road salesperson, and mom was a high school guidance counselor, and she basically Tuesday through Thursday was mom, and I was at least meal maker, if not more, but she was getting a master's degree at the same time. So the craziness of this thing is you don't know it. When you're in the fishbowl called active, you just do it. So what would happen is, to give you an example, is we knew Dad would be home on Friday. So Thursday night, the chore was you get the house clean and then get all your clothes ready. Tomorrow you're going to go to school. You're going to come home. And at 5:30, when Dad pulls into the driveway, and he was prompt, we will load the car. And Mom, by the way, was cooking all the meals for the day, for the weekend. So Thursday night was not a night she studied. Wednesday night was the night she went to college. We all went with her and sat in the library. So then she's getting all the meals cooked. And then we load up the car. We get to the campsite. And in this case, it used to be Yosemite. And we're setting up the tent at 9 o'clock at night. And Mom's cooking, Dad, and we're all getting the tent ready to go to bed, and after we eat. And then we get up the next day, and Dad takes us on a hike so that Mom could sit in camp and study. That was their deal. They pulled together by, now he gets the kids, so let's keep them all active. And then they'd come back, and we'd have a fun time in the evening, play some games. The next day we'd go on a short hike. Mom would study more. Then we'd pack up and go home. And oh my gosh, the other old pull together process once we got home was another whole enchilada. But we did that pretty consistently for 4 years while my mom got her master's. And at least 2 weekends a month we were camping so she could just have that much quiet time to herself. So that was a way to pull together. So when you're starting a business, you have to look at that too. Do you know how much time it's going to take you to get it under your belt? Or are you just going to try to suck it up, do it on your own, not have a conversation with your spouse, and just have them understand that it's a must-have? All conversations are always good at all times. Be sure you're pulling together, not pulling apart. And if you need any tips on that, I can tell you about 4 marriages that I saved just by having this conversation. It's not like I'm a counselor, but if it come down to business and you just need to get some things in order so that both of you feel like you're going somewhere, it's not costing you money, and you're not losing vacation time together, then I can have that conversation with you. I can make your life simple. I can make your small business simple. So here's my request. Is if you are trying to build a business using social media marketing, I have a discovery book for you on attraction marketing secrets. You just have to ask for it. So you just put secrets in the comments. If you would like to have a discovery call with me, you just have to put the words discovery in the message, and I will contact you with a link, and we will have a conversation soon to see if there's some type of pull together opportunity we can create. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.